Hello, everybody. My name is Bob Friedenthal. Terry Brussel Rogers is the director of Success Center Incorporated. She's the creator of the 7 keys to self-actualization and the 7 key turnkey system for building successful hypnosis, healing, and coaching practice. She has been in practice since 1969 and has taught other healers, coaches, and hypnotists to use her method since 1995. That is a while. Her website is acesuccess.com. On November 11th, 2023, her book, 50 Years of Polyamory. Polyamory. Okay, well, I was somewhat close. Where was I? In America, a guided tour to a growing movement written with Glenn W. Olson was published by Roman and Littlefield, as well as known New York publisher, a well-known New York publisher. Aside from being a good read, for anybody interested in the topic, this book is being placed in libraries and universities all over the US and internationally as the first comprehensive nonfiction historical book on this subject. You can find out more about that at livingthedream.org.
livethedream.org.
Yeah.
The Dream. That's right.
Okay, Terry, why don't you tell us more about your background?
Well, let's see. My dad was Barry Leon Brussel. He owned an advertising agency for 50 years. He was the one who started the hula hoop craze in the 50s, Whammo's advertising man. So I know marketing in my baby bones. It can help other hypnotists, coaches, and healers to build their practices. Also, I was the youngest student ever to graduate from the Hypnosis Motivation Institute at age 15 in May of 1969. And I started my paid practice when I turned 16 in June of that year.
Wow.
Out of my dad's office, right across the street from Pat Collins, the hip hypnotist that did the nightclub thing.
I even went to see her.
I might have been in my office at that time.
I love it. I see a lot of hypnotist training programs. What makes yours special?
Well, first of all, 50 years of experience in this field, which is pretty rare. Then planned multiple session packages, which actually help the client to reach their highest potential in areas physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, as well as financial. They do more sessions with the hypnotist or coach, which makes the advertising and outreach provide a much better return on investment. My clients average 20 sessions the first year, 32 sessions if you count more than 1 year, by providing a complete line of personal growth and self-improvement programs. Now, if you figure that the hypnotist or coach is charging $200 a session, if they do the usual 4 to 6 sessions per client, which we've been surveying hypnotists and coaches since 1995, if they keep doing that, then and they now that's 4 to 6. In 2018, they upped it to 7. And then in 2021, they were back down to 5.5. That's because most of them are dealing only with the presenting issue. The same person who came to you to quit smoking or lose weight may also be interested in raising their income, developing spiritual healing abilities, writing the great American novel. You could help them with all of that. They don't realize it, so they're moving on in, let's say, 5 sessions. Now, if you do 5 sessions, the client will pay you $1,000, the $200 a session, just to make life simple. And if you do 20 sessions, they'll be paying you $4,000. Most hypnotherapists would rather receive $4,000 than the $1,000 they're currently getting. They don't know how to do it, so I teach them how to do it. So I also teach them how to get leads for their practice, along with how to follow up on those leads. A lot of people don't learn sales. They become great hypnotherapists, but they can't sell it. I teach them how to sell.
Okay, very
So
good.
you learn how to sell your services. You can help others and make an excellent living doing it. It looks a whole lot better for a hypnotherapist or coach to be successful rather than to be a starving healer or hypnotist. You show your clients how to succeed. Then, of course, I also wrote the 50 Years of Polyamory in America book, and with my best friend from high school, Glenn Olson, my knowledge in the use of hypnotherapy for challenge resolution and building joy in poly relationships is leading to a lot of podcast and workshop exposure in that area. Now, aside from my usual client base from trade shows such as Conscious Life Expo and the Small Business Expo, Business Mixers, and the Internet, I now have referrals for hypnotists who work with poly-based issues and relationship enrichment, which they can learn from my program. In the early 1970s, sociologists Larry and Joan Constantine, the writers of Group Marriage, estimated only a few thousand people were practicing ethical non-monogamy. They worked very hard to track down and interview the few hundred group marriages they could find for their book. These days, many more people are involved in multiply committed relationships. Sociologists estimate between 9 million and 15 million people have tried or are actively living in poly relationships. Hypnotherapists who want to serve this community need to learn more about it. I cover that in my trainings.
Okay, this is good stuff. What are the advantages of hypnosis by phone for your clients?
Well, anyone who was in business before the pandemic is still in business today has probably learned to do sessions by telephone and Zoom. While some hypnotherapists treated this as a necessity of the COVID-19 situation, I've been doing those sessions by phone since 1995, when I started working with hypnotists in the US, Canada, the UK, Ireland, Australia, and other English-speaking countries to increase their practices. I discovered it actually worked better by phone, saves my clients time, gas, etc. I work with a lot of business owners and salespeople. Time is money for them. A hypnotist who does sessions by phone and Zoom will not have the expense of an office other than at home. They're putting the money they would have put into renting an office into the equity in that home. They could travel anywhere in the world or even move there and run their practice from there. A client who moves to another area becomes no problem instead of lost business. I remember the first time I had a client call me and say, I'm sorry, I'm moving to New York and I'm going to have to stop my sessions. I said, why should you have to do that? We do these sessions by phone. We'll just change the times on them. And voila, it made no difference at all. It worked beautifully. Such a relief. And then the hypnotists who live in remote or low population areas can get their clients from anywhere, particularly with the new opportunities for online business networking. Some of these have continued beyond the pandemic, such as the Thirsty Thursday, still meeting on second Thursdays of each month from 4 to 5. That's the Greater San Fernando Valley Chamber of Commerce, which I've been a member of for 40 plus years. They gave me an award for that recently. And then I've learned that sessions by phone actually lend an element of privacy to the sessions, which many people appreciate rather than doing it by Zoom. The Psychology Networker magazine had an article on remote therapy being better by doing it this way than doing it the other way. So that's why
Oh, you're cutting out. Hold tight. You there? Hello. No.
Hello.
Nope, now
Are
we got
you-
you.
Okay. Good enough.
Yeah. You still there? Keep talking. Nope. Lost you. There we go. I think you're back. Can't hear you though. Unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep, got you back.
Okay, now I'd like to mention what I have available for people who are already hypnotists that could benefit them. Is that okay?
Sure. Love it.
Right. So we offer a wide variety of scripts so that you're not limited to your particular specialization or what you happen to have been taught at the school you attended. Unique items from for family and friends, then made available to the general population, like my adult children of alcoholics program and loss of a loved one, shingles symptoms, becoming better salespeople. As people that I knew and people that were my clients needed these, I started developing programs for them. I made scripts for them. I made hypnotic recordings for them. So it's all available as a package. Then Reach for the Stars, you'll find that on reachforthestars.today is something really unique, which reinforces anything the client is working on by having a algorithm that allows them to listen to recordings at night as they sleep. It's based on the way the people sleep and the need for REM sleep and everything. The first one plays as you're going to sleep. 2.5 hours later, another one plays automatically while you're sleeping. And this is programmed by this special algorithm on the site itself so that it plays exactly what that person needs to help them accomplish their goals. It's truly unique. There's nothing else out there like that. So reachforthestars.today is how to get hold of that. I have all kinds of things available for people that are already doing hypnotherapy.
This is great stuff. So you mentioned to me a rather unusual reparenting regression technique. How does that work and what does it do for the client?
Well, the reparenting technique is a way of having somebody actually live another life that was an alternate reality. If anybody has watched It's a Wonderful Life by, that has James Stewart in it, you probably watched that over the holidays. Yeah, okay. So they create a real bad alternate reality where he's never been born and the whole city goes to heck without him and all that. But we create this wonderful alternate reality where they are able to reach a six-figured income, where they have great relationships, where they have a healthy weight, etc. And this is created from the higher selves of their own parents. They create a set of self-actualizing parents. And then they have those parents available to them as spirit guides and advisors and so forth. Ongoing, they have the complete knowledge and experience of the person who lived this very different life from the time they were born all the way up to the present. And are able to bring this alternate reality experience into their present situation to currently accomplish their goals. And I've gotten some amazing results with that. I mean, people who have never been in a good relationship, suddenly they remember from this alternate lives thing, they remember that they got married, they had children, they were able to have a good relationship, they got over whatever was blocking that, and suddenly they get it in this life too. So exciting stuff.
This is so fabulous because I'm into hypnotherapy, so it makes a lot of difference. One of your keys deals with metaphysics. What kind of spiritual training do you offer to clients and other healing professionals?
Well, I work with telepathy, astral projection, precognition, all sorts of things. In my family, it was passed from grandmother to granddaughter. I started doing healing when I was 5 years old. So I really am comfortable with that. And what I do is my real jewel in this area is the thing I came up with for a couple that was very, very highly spiritually trained and so forth. And they came in for relationship issues, but I always do a full write-up on everybody: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial. What was I going to give them? So I did a reparenting regression where they were trained from an early age to use remote healing and remote viewing and so forth, which they were already expert in. And suddenly their scores went way up in that area. So I knew it worked because they were with an institute that measured that sort of thing. So very exciting stuff. I've got a complete program for metaphysics.
Oh, this is great stuff. Great stuff. I'm so enamored by who you are and what you're doing. How can a prospective client, hypnotist, coach, or healing professional reach you to find out more?
Well, they can call me at 800-GOAL-NOW. That's 462-5669. Or they can visit me on the web at acesuccess.com. And that's where you can download as a gift Abundance, Your Money and More magnet to bring an abundance of health, wealth, and joy into your life. And if you're a hypnotherapist, coach, or healer, you can bring an abundance of clients into your practice and good things into your life.
Oh, there you're cutting out again.
Uh,
Unbelievable. Well, you know what?
If you
There we go.
if you put on Google just about anywhere, you put on 50 years of polyamory in America, spelled out the 50, a guided tour to a growing movement, you'll find it's available in all kinds of bookstores and online, and even in other countries like Sweden. The first time I saw my book was available in Sweden, I was amazed.
You know, I could tell one thing, that you're really hooked on what you do.
I love what I do.
I could tell. And
I
so
love
can the
helping my
audience.
clients and helping the hypnotists and healers and coaches that I work with.
Yeah, no, it's so apparent. It's so apparent. Do you ever, let me ask you this. Do you ever think of yourself retiring?
Well, I'm looking at winding it down a little bit, being 69 years old, but my idea of retirement is maybe working 20 hours a week instead of 40, you know.
I get
I'm
it.
going to keep doing this. I love doing this.
I know exactly what you mean, because my mind is in the same way that yours is. I just don't ever think of retiring. What are you going to do? You know, you're going to put your brain to sleep? No, you can't do it. That's not your choice.
That's one reason I've reached for the stars. It's not today, is because I can keep making these wonderful new scripts to do all sorts of things for people. I've got over 50 recordings now, and if I had the extra time, I could make a whole lot more of them to make people's lives more and more what they want them to be.
I love this. I love it. How many years have we been working together?
Oh gosh, it's been quite a while.
4, maybe?
4 years, 5 years.
5
Yeah.
years? Yeah.
I know that I always tell people that if they want to get into LinkedIn, that the person they want to work with is you, because you'll really help them to do it right.
Yeah, and by the way, on LinkedIn, my name is Bob Holt, Holt, last name spelled Friedenthal. You'll find me there. And this has been, how many recordings have we done? 4? Maybe?
Yeah, we got like 4. So this is a new one that has some new information in it.
Yep. Well, I
We always
can't wait
find
to
new things to talk about.
can't wait to get this downloaded and then available for your viewing it.
If
And
we say one more time, you reach me at 800-GOAL-NOW, 462-5669, or acesuccess.com.
look at the smile on this face. I've always said, by the way, that if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be doing it. And you're always having fun, right?
That's true. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to sign us off right now. But this is Terry, like usual. It's been a real pleasure. I like what you say and talk about, and what you're offering to people to help them, you know, grow their business and help people.
Thank you, Bob.
You're more than welcome. I'm signing us off. Talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.